So here we are. Uh, Welcome, my patrons. And what we're going to do today is I'm going to read you some stuff from way back when. This is stuff I found. I was going through some old stuff, and this is from the 1980s, previous century. A couple little pieces that I wrote back then. I actually typed them up on an actual typewriter. If y'all remember that. And again, I just want to thank you guys for being patrons, supporting me and the enterprise here, and I'll give you a sense of what's coming. We're in the works of putting together a variety show, really, here on Zoom or email or whatever, however you're watching this. Um, it's going to be some music, readings, me and other people, interviews with local folk here in St. Lincoln. For example, I got my buddy Lewis lined up. Lewis lives a couple blocks from here, but for many years he lived under a bridge in Evansville, Indiana. For years, summer, fall, winter, spring, lived under a bridge. So if you've never done that, Lewis can tell you how to do that. Could come in handy. And it also occurred to me that you patrons, y'all don't really know each other. You know me, but you don't know each other. So I think it'll be fun to introduce you to each other. So the first person, top of my mind right now, first patron is a woman named Mary Lydon. Mary lives in Long Island. She's married to my uncle Ambrose. So we are not related by blood, but we are deeply, deeply, deeply family. I love Mary Lydon very much. And to give you a sense of Mary, what I would say first about Mary is that she loves more than anything on this earth to argue. She loves arguing more than she loves dancing or singing or cooking. She's an amazing cook. I can't tell you how many times I've just fallen down at the table when she's given me a plate and I've finished it. Phenomenal cook. But Mary loves to argue. Loves to argue. You'll say, this is a fork, and she'll say, no, it's a spoon. That kind of silliness. And she has the great distinction of being often in error, but never in doubt. And she's usually right. But I've fought with Mary my entire life, and I look forward to fighting with her more. That's Mary Lydon. I love her. You love her, even though you don't know her. And I'll be introducing other patrons as we go. So this is some stuff from 35 years ago, but I'm just going to read it to you. I think this is when I started first becoming a writer, because this stuff, I've held on to it. So here we go. This first piece is called Opening Processional. The idea was it would be the beginning of a play that I never wrote, but here it is. It's called Opening Processional. Welcome. Welcome all. Welcome panel members, studio audience, and distinguished guests. Welcome parishioners, prisoners, pensioners, and Protestants. Welcome servicemen, skydivers, and those who own Airedales. Welcome atheists, assassins, alcoholic ad men, auto parts mechanics, and all the little people. Welcome newlyweds, necrophiliacs, narcs and namby-pambies, network executives, those in the know, military advisors, ministers, miscreants, menthol cigarette smokers, marks, and missing persons. Welcome demolition experts, diabetics, and Democrats, dentists, deprogrammers, dilettantes, and do-gooders, distant relations and door-to-door salesmen, disc jockeys, and deep-sea divers. Welcome all. Welcome back. Welcome, taxi drivers and taxidermists, philosophers, philanderers, sex therapists, and senior citizens. Aunt Rose from Miami. Welcome, Satanists. Welcome, friends, Romans, and countrymen. Welcome, all those who could be here and all those who could not. Welcome, patriots, prize fighters, people wearing red, anyone under 5'1", and all of you here named Frank. Welcome back, welcome home. Welcome politicians, welcome alfalfa growers, welcome street musicians and those who ride the bus. Welcome reupholsterers, rakes and Rastafarians, rehabilitated rapists, refrigerator repairmen, con men, car salesmen, political economists, Californians, Cantonese, North and South Koreans, tightrope walkers, taxpayers, TV personalities, Texans and tree surgeons, and those from Tennessee. Welcome, lawmakers, legal aids, little old ladies, lovelorn and licensees, lesbians and lawyers. Welcome home. Welcome aboard. Welcome, circus sideshow freaks, fat ladies and Siamese twins, strongmen and fire eaters, gigolos and geeks. Welcome, cave dwellers, calypso singers, female impersonators, those who live in packing crates, and those who see in the dark. Welcome, prophets. Welcome, poets. Welcome, travel agents. Welcome home. Welcome back. Welcome all. Except you. That was going to be the start of a play. That'd be fun. This is a short piece called Twilight Zone. Y'all remember the old series Twilight Zone? It had an effect on me. It's called Twilight Zone. Remember that little town in the Twilight Zone that the big city couple always drove into? The one that never showed up on any of their maps, where it was always Sunday morning on a summer day. Hard blue sky, sun beating down, tree-lined streets, little white houses and little neat rows. Pleasant Town or Smallville or something Hollywood like that. And not a soul in the whole place except them. The big city couple. His name is Bert, and she's Jane or Connie, and he's got a hat and a tie, and she's wearing high heels. And they're driving an old late 40s Ford, and they can't for the life of them remember how they ended up here. And they walk around looking for somebody, anybody, looking for directions, looking for gas. They always start looking for something instead of getting back in their Ford and driving the hell out of Pleasantville like anybody with sense. Because obviously something ain't right. They go to the diner and see the prices from 10 years ago. Jane says, well, that's strange. And they go to the town hall and swing open the big oak doors, and there's nobody there either. And then Bert starts getting a little crazy. Thinks he's being made a fool of, being played for a chump by these hokey-pokey small-town hicks. Thinks they're hiding in the bushes and laughing their asses off at him. So he starts yelling, I'll find you. I'll find you. I know you're here, and I'll find you. And Connie feels it too. She feels the eyes. Somebody's watching. Somebody's out there, up there, in there. It's like being under a heat lamp, like being on stage. Somebody's watching, and everything's so still, quiet. You can hear yourself breathe. You can hear the beat of your blood in your temples. Thumpa, thumpa, thumpa. And they end up in the middle of Main Street, screaming up at the hard blue sky, we'll find you, we'll find you. And they lose their minds in that tiny little town that doesn't show up on any of their maps Pleasantville, little town. Remember that town? Well, that's where I grew up. Twilight Zone. All right, this is the last one. This one's called Chicago. And I wrote this having never been to Chicago. But I think I got the town. Chicago. Think of riots and cops killing kids. Think of envelopes thick with unmarked bills and a straight Democratic ticket. Think of 10 million pigs all squealing at once and the blood hot and flowing on the floor. Think of gangsters. A punk tied up in the trunk of a car. Late model black Fords, cheap brown suits, bootleg liquor in a brown clay jug, and a black man blowing on a horn. Think of Bo Diddley belling out how bad he wants to fuck while 10 million white girls squeal. Think of city blocks on fire, screaming horses, clanging bells, and the old water tower unscarred. Think of 24 feet of snow and the wind like a knife off the light. Think of a machine oiled with pig blood and polished with pride, running at full capacity 24 hours every day of the year. Think of tall, thin buildings reflected in a lake on which a thin, shoeless boy skips stones. Chicago. All right, y'all. Hey, man, it's Good Friday. So, happy Easter. And I'll see you in about 2 weeks. Thank you again. And God bless.